to have a debate on this one, okay? Ryan Tannehill through 2 preseason games, 25 for 47 with 267 yards and 1 touchdown score. Mark Sanchez, 13 of 17 for 80 yards and a pick. Wow. Are you kidding? He has less attempts than Tannehill has completions. Tannehill's completed 8 more passes than Sanchez has thrown. Now, I will say that Sanchez's completion percentage is a little higher. So that's awesome for him, by a little bit. But 80 yards through 2 games, so that's 40 yards a game compared to 267 yards through 2 games, 133.5 yards a game. 1 touchdown, no picks, compared to, no touchdowns and a pick. What up, DJ Kaiser? Welcome to the chat room, bud. Clubzone.fm family in the chat room. Love it. So is there really even a debate to be had here? Who's going to have the better year, Tannehill or Sanchez? If you're going based on what we've seen in the preseason, then I don't think you have an option but to say that it's going to be Tannehill. I don't know if Miami intends to really throw the ball this much, but they really might. You got Joe Philbin now as your head coach, a.k.a. you're bringing the Green Bay offense into Miami. That's what you're doing. Philbin, ex-offense coordinator for the Packers, now your head coach in Miami. So, really, I guess it's the contrasting styles of offense. But if that's the fact of the matter is, shout out to Kaiser and Eric just joining our chat room, guys. Just so you know, right now what we're debating is who's going to have a better year, Ryan Tannehill or Mark Sanchez. And based on the stats, without a doubt, I think it's going to be Ryan Tannehill. Now, that's saying stats. What team's going to win more games? I think they're both going to go 6-12 or 6-10. I don't really see either team playing that well this year that they're going to have, that big of a impact in the NFL season. Todd Gage, that dude's a beast, will have a better year this year. I could see that. I think that if you look at these two players, I don't know who you're going to say is the better quarterback. I think Sanchez right now would have to be just strictly based on experience. Athletic-wise, you're going to take Tannehill. But from what you're seeing when it comes down to trust in your quarterback and style of offense, you can definitely see Miami is going to do a lot more of throwing the ball than the Jets are going to do. And now everybody knew coming in that the Jets weren't going to throw the ball that much, but I think Mark Sanchez is going to take a real hit statistically, and a lot of people are going to ride him about that, and it's not going to be his fault per se. Now, the ball he threw the pick to the house against the Giants, that was his fault. Let's be honest here. That was, in my opinion, completely his fault. Shout out to Mr. Rob Hill up in the chat room as well. Eric, our buddy that I still need to get in touch with, and we need to get him down here onto the show so we can introduce him to everybody. Ryan says he'd like to say Mark Sanchez, but Tannehill has less pressure on him. And that I do got to agree with you on. Nobody's looking at the Miami Dolphins and saying you guys should go win a Super Bowl right now. So definitely less pressure on Tannehill than Sanchez when people are looking at the Jets saying, well, you made back-to-back AFC championship games, and now you guys go 8-8, don't make the playoffs. So what NFL team are we getting out of the New York Jets this year? And I respect that, and I completely agree. I think there's definitely going to be more pressure on Mark Sanchez than Ryan Tannehill. And there's going to be more pressure on the Jets as a whole than the Miami Dolphins, just for the fact of what they've done this offseason with bringing in Tebow and all that crap as well. But I got to say, if I'm going to pick a guy, I'm going to pick Sanchez. I know you got not really anybody out there is going to agree with me on this one, but I'm going to pick Mark Sanchez. I think Mark Sanchez has a better year than Ryan Tannehill does, in my opinion. And that's strictly based on the fact that I think Mark Sanchez's experience is going to trump the athletic ability of Ryan Tannehill. I do. Now, I could be completely wrong, and we all know that. But like I said, I sit here and try to act like I know what I'm talking about. I never told you guys that I'm some insider sports guru here, okay? I act like I know what I'm talking about. You choose to listen to me, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. But let's be honest, all right? It's a guess. Just like every other sports analyst out there in this world does, they make guesses. You hope to be right. You look a lot better when you're right. So I like Sanchez more than I like Tannehill this year. Fantasy-wise, if you're going to ask me that one, I think I'd take Tannehill. But I definitely like Sanchez better than Ryan Tannehill.